Hey, 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 no grace gifts, herbal clinic, no entry. Because it's a massive. If you're a damn full washing will get now, say no grace gifts, herbal clinic, no entry.
Some of them young Cotia is what to rent. Men see a life.
Now, what a branch will make us some one. One on Pramber better. What a if you're Mammy Miss out. A dear pan, and what's our grace gifts, herbal clinic, and into what science, Chincha honey, and a part of the crow. Dr. Grace Bodo will grace gift herbal clinic. So we Sabipata, Atacha, any Mumwa, Yadebia Bessa, malaria, hypertension, ulcer, stroke, or Bana Bema, we hear war Bema or Topnada, just a Yadebe, and what miss, Yan will be Pia Duachimota, petroleum,
Grace Gift Herbal Clinic. 14 numbers 0246 518 003 and 0244 126 123.
I was remembering that Saturday. Now, this is the first movie premiere I'm attending this year, 2023. Edge of Emotions. A premiere here at the Silver Best Cinemas in Accra. Now, the bar who £80, and I was saying, only couldn't buy. So I want to talk to Oni Nikuno Bekasa. The very crabby with her husband. Now, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir.
Current, you. Minute didn't go.
Happy New Year.
How is marriage? I mean, it's getting to a year. I'm worried. How is it?
It's been good. It's been good.
It's been good. Or hard drink?
Oh, no.
Or hard drink? Or more pressure? Or more sleepless nights?
Oh.
How do you feel when you hear all those things online, in print, on TV, when they are bashing her?
Well, I'm human, so mostly I sit back, like I try to put myself or look at it from the point of view of an ordinary person, as in why something is said or why somebody says something, you know. But mostly you get to think about it that it's obviously because of showbiz and also from where the person is coming from. So sometimes I think it's a little bit of a vendetta, you know, if maybe somebody might have an issue. It could even be 2-3 years ago, you have no idea, but then there's an issue, so the person would think, okay, so now this is the opportunity for me to actually lash at her or come back and say something. But so normally she would say it's showbiz, but I go like, well, we are human, and since we're married, we have families. I have my family, I have yours. Most of the things might not sit well with a lot of people, so I try to normally tell her, look, just calm down. It's not everything that you probably have to answer to, and if you don't have to answer, nobody will force you to answer, but maybe obviously sometimes it's deemed to some of the things and how you say it. Then obviously someone will pick a line or two from it and use it against you. So basically that's it.
Have you reprimanded her for any of her conversations that she had in the past on TV, radio?
Have I?
Have you reprimanded her like for any of the conversations that she's had in the past?
Yeah, actually when I met her, she was a lot more driven towards the sexual aspect of the whole media kind of a thing, being sexy or being tagged in a way like a sex sort of model. And I told her, look, this is really not good for you. Yeah, because it would look like, I mean, we are in Africa and of course in Ghana, when people think about anything or hear of anything sex, I mean, a lot of people drive to it, do you understand? And then people would see you in a sort of way, but probably that wouldn't be who you are, or that's exactly not, how do I put it? That's exactly not the personality that you are trying to build. So if you really want to get out there, then obviously that wouldn't help you. So yeah, I try to, manage it in between. That is either you are here or you are there. Then most of the negativities would probably not help you in the end. So as you're here, try to also be here. And obviously you can always not be young. You're obviously growing. You have to mature. And people need to see that you're maturing. And it would come out of your interviews and your reactions that people will actually drive towards you that now you're being serious.
Ebuzamini AJ Poundz crew na Kasanana Kojo Edu Boateng. This April will be a year. We're here at the Silver Best Cinemas, Accra Mall, 28th day of the month, July 2023. Premiere Edge of Emotions. AJ Poundz is inside. Otihasi. Minini crew Kaseria. I'll go to where enjoy and a lot of issues. So when you hear the insults, I'm sure say it be extended also. How do you feel? Because anyway, you man, me say, I'm okay.
I always say it. You see, even this interview is probably the first one, and I'm not a celebrity, and I always say she's the celebrity or the famous person. I try to always create that boundary, that I don't want to cross it, because I see that to be a job, not really a celebrity or a famous person. So you walk everywhere and people will only just have to shout at you or something like that. She has a job, I have mine, and I try not to cross it. But when she says something, and obviously what happens recently, a lot of my friends actually send me screenshots, captions. It gets to me because she comes to me like, look, this has nothing to do with me. It's your job. Go out there and sell yourself. Don't sell me, don't sell our marriage. Don't be too personal, because people don't want your personal aspect of the whole thing. Because you see, marriage itself is a serious business and it's not a showbiz. So like right now, if you go say something and someone doesn't really understand you, then it will extend to me and someone will say, oh, look at that stupid man she married. Oh, look at that. But you sit back and you listen. A lot of people don't know what is behind the whole thing. And I think she tries to explain it, but she doesn't explain it well for people to understand. And I'm not here to explain anything, but all that I'm saying is that I told her it's enough. Our marriage should be out of the public space. We did not marry because of celebrity or drama or nothing. This is a real marriage. I know some people marry because of some jiggery, but when I met her, I didn't even know what kind of job she does. We dated for almost 4 months before a friend who had seen us together sent me a video or an interview she did on YouTube and says, is that not your girlfriend? That was when I asked her, is that you? Because I didn't know she was a TV person, nothing. I had no idea. You get it? But when I found out, we had to sit and talk. And I had to rethink whether I'll be able to deal with this personality or not. So as we are growing, I'm still, in that phase where I'm trying to deal with it. So, I come to understand here that, TV ladies are also people. All these things going on. Sometimes it gets to her, it gets to me, but, we talk about it and we move. It's not,
What do you do?
What do I do?
Because you have a good voice. I don't know if you've considered maybe radio or anything like that.
No. I'm just a normal person. I just got the opportunity to live in London, so I kind of picked a few things from there, and that's it. I'm not media or radio, nothing. I'm just an ordinary guy. Ordinary.
Why did you choose to marry AJ Poundz? We know that he loves you. You don't have to tell us. Apart from love, there's other things. Maybe,
Well, I'm not going too deep into it, but I think when I had my divorce, actually, or was facing it, it was quite difficult. And I'm not a guy who actually likes to date this one or date that one or date this one. I'm a family person, so I normally, at the time, I was actually looking for someone to settle with. And I found myself then, I was at Gempa. I tried a few, it didn't work. And I was still in a state where, going through that divorce state or separating from my family was really, really difficult. So that was when I met her, and I thought she was fun. The first time I saw her in class, I thought she was fun. She's a happy person, bubbly. And so I asked one lady if she knew her. Yeah, I know her. But then they said, okay, that's AJ, and she has one child. I got that. Okay. Then someone who has a child and not married, probably, the state of mind will be a little there, looking to settle or something. So I tried, and it worked. So we decided to just try it out and see if it works. And I found out she was a good person. She was kind. And that's the kind of lady I was looking for. Somebody I could trust and all of it. And she was that person. And at that state, I think I wasn't working. I was out of job. I was a lot down. But then when she came and saw me and I told her the truth, look, I'm actually separated from my family. I'm going through some sort of a divorce. I'm a bit disturbed up here mentally. And I also don't have a job. So if you want to roll with me, let's do it. It's not like I don't have any focus. But if we roll, we will get there. And by God being so good, we are here now and everything is fine.
I wish I wanted to do them together, but the conversation I'm going to have, I am there. And this is the first time he's talking on Pekasa, on Nubianga Saga. Let me squeeze everything out of him. She's you look reserved. I don't know whether that's how you are or me. So how do you guys cope?
Well, I think I will go back to the part where I found out she was a famous person. It was quite tough. That night, she was visiting, and I think I got her handle also from someone too. I watched everything I could find. So she came, I think she was shooting a movie or something, so she came very late. Around 10 or 11 p.m. So when she came in, we sat down. I asked her, look, are you a TV person? So immediately she calmed. It was as if ice had actually gone on her. So I said, look, let's talk this out. Are you a famous person? So yeah, she said yes. But then, when a lot of guys realize that you're a famous person, they tend to leave you because there's a tag that TV ladies are really not trustworthy. So she would understand if I want to leave. I said, look, we've gone through like 4 months now. I really like you. I've seen who you are. I didn't judge you from the point of view that you were a TV person because I didn't even know. But now that I know, and if I compare with how you lived with me, then obviously I would have to check because you see, the same way I'm reserved, that's the way my family is. And so bringing her in, and even from the start, a lot of people, those who know me well, you're quiet, she's loud. Will you be able to handle it in the future? But at the end of the day, I'm not marrying her career, or I'm marrying the fact that she's a famous person, but I'm actually marrying her personality, what I saw. She's kind-hearted, she's calm, and she helps me out. And that's all I needed. That I could trust her also was that big thing for me. And I think that is how it worked. But yeah, in the beginning, it was disturbing actually, but we worked it out.
I'm for say AJ enya ono o me nya so kuma say de bia me kuno mo say AJ to bu tetia break no man hwe ya baji wani so.
Oh yeah, I will agree with a lot of people because look, I'm not perfect. Like I said, I'm a regular guy. I try to be perfect, and in this world I think whatever we do, we try to be best at what we do. I come from a marriage that didn't work for me. I went through a lot in that marriage, which I don't want to talk about it because it's over, it's done. So with this one, I carefully looked at a lot of things. And so from her point of view, because I carefully also look at things and the way I pamper her, because I feel like I'm the type of guy that when I'm in love or when I'm even dating someone, I try to post the person. And people feel it's because she's famous. No. Those who knew me with my ex-wife, I used to post her a lot. That's the kind of person I am. It's a way, I don't know, that's how I also express my love. You get it? So when I was doing it, some people felt that it's because she's famous. No, or I'm body shaming anybody or my ex or anything, but it wasn't like that. I was just happy. I was really, really happy when I met her and realized that a lot of things were going well for me, So basically, that was it. That was it.
I was Mr. I do what in the casa AJ Poundz Nikuno, and for the very first time, you have a conversation. You keep mentioning your previous marriage, like when you married, no, people were saying, "Say, I bet you were through Obinsem." Okay,
it's never true. You see, there was a lot of things that happened in my marriage. We got to a point where we were both even sleeping in separate rooms in the same house. That was how terrible it was. It had an effect on my children because they go to school, they don't understand, and they tell their teachers, Mommy and Daddy are sleeping in separate rooms. And the teachers had to call me and find out. And so I had to confide in one teacher so that at least my kids will be sane together. So actually, it was a difficult moment. It's, like I said, it's something that I really don't want to talk about together, but it was a difficult moment. So I think that, sorry, what was the question again?
I mean, I must say, Obeju for you, not Unjawari, not Obeju.
Yes, exactly. So due to all these things, yeah, there was a lot of things that the woman did. But then I realized that it was time that I had to just move on. There was a time things happened, I tried to move, and then my mom came in, she went to see my mom's family. They begged me to go back to the house, I did. And then there was another time I realized, look, this is not working. So I just had to move out. So I moved out of the house and called my uncle and families and her family as well and told them that I don't want the marriage any longer. And even called her dad and her father because I had reported several issues to her father. The day I called her father was like, he understands if I don't want to be with her daughter again. So I left the house. You know, I didn't even know where I was going. I went to then, I think my previous job, we had something like a staff house. So that's where I went to sleep. And then later I moved in a friend's house. It was a mess because I never planned going anywhere. And that time my job was also crumbling, you know, quite a lot. So it was a difficult moment. So I had left. And then I realized that as I had left, a lot of people were sending me pictures of my ex-wife and a certain gentleman on Facebook and everything. And I'm like, okay, that is something new. So I'm like, okay, then that's fine because seriously, I don't want a marriage. So then this is okay. But I was thinking about my children, yeah. Then that did not actually end there. Then there was a post on Facebook that then she was my wife, obviously. Then my wife and another gentleman actually dressed in the same attire like the way we are black today. They were in green and they posted a picture together on Facebook. And there was a blogger, some blogger, I don't think he's a big blogger, but there was some blogger like that they had sold a lied story to. And this blogger posted this picture of my ex-wife, then she was my wife, and this gentleman on Facebook in that time, like, what's going on? In fact, when I saw it, Zion, I would be honest with you that I would be honest with you that day I never slept, you know, because a lot of people were insulting me. And you know why they were insulting me under the post? Because my ex-wife and the new man she posted created a story for the blogger. So let's say as you're here, they'll just call you, Zion, this is our story posted. So I think the blogger, I don't blame. They posted a story like, I'm an irresponsible man. I'm an irresponsible husband. Ever since I married my wife, I'd never worked in my life. Nothing at all.
How long did you guys marry for?
Almost 9 years.
Oh, then how can you not marry for 9 years?
They said I was never working. She's the one that has been taking care of me. She's even the one that took me to Gimpa. And when I got to Gimpa, I met AJ and came to tell her I won't marry her again and I've gone to marry AJ. And that was their story. And then they went further to say, So she went somewhere and met this gentleman, and she was going to commit suicide, and this gentleman came to save her, and even my kids are calling this gentleman their father, and that was the story that was spreading on social Facebook at the time. When I read the story, I'm like, wow. And of course, I was shocked because there were friends who knew us. And I'll be honest to you that none of them picked their phone call to say, is this really true? Or what's your side of the story? Do you get me? But they believed it. And they circulated that thing. Some of my mates in Achimota, some of my mates, friends, family, believed the story. And they just started insulting. Some people even went further to say, oh yes, I know. He's never even taken care of his wife. Oh, he's a stupid man. Oh, he's an imbecile. Oh, he's an irresponsible man. He's never worked. This man even never went to school. I'm like, really, that's how humans are? Oh, then that's fine. Okay, I never worked. It doesn't really matter. So then I was dating AJ then. And AJ said something. He said, look, they are disgracing you, obviously. Yeah, I can see that. But that is not the truth. They said, well, even if you go up there to say your side of the story, no one will still believe you. And you know what I said? I said, I pity the man that is dating my ex-wife. Because he literally doesn't even know her for 2% out of what I know. So I know this thing today, this thing will come back. Do you get it? And along the line, all the way till now, what I hear, and a lot of people call me to tell me things, that the man also left her. Do you understand? So it's literally not about coming on social media to do anything. Do you get it? But it's about behavior, being mature of what you really want or what you are looking at. So it's not like AJ took me away from her. I didn't even know AJ when I was married. I didn't even know, like I told you, I dated her for 4 months and I didn't even know who she was. So it wouldn't have been possible that I left her for AJ. No. Do you get what I mean? Because when I left her...
You see, or be a famous person, popular, be a warrior, being it a male or a female. Yes, what you be kunu, what you big girl, and now what jai girl, no, and walk for before. I mean, it was a never be what I say. Oh no, and then more so Casatro, because I said we also on Kada. But what you couldn't say?
One you go at
you see, and aside that, when I actually saw this Facebook thing, I'm trying to say, so I would just say it emphatically. AJ never took me from anyone. If she wanted to resolve her marriage, she knew what to do, and she didn't.
And she
even,
please, and me, I came.
Even
I came to conquer a praise.
Even her family members that actually even called knew that she said she didn't even want the marriage. My mom and some of our family members went to her dad. We wanted her to come to settle it. She said she doesn't want it. To prove that she doesn't want it, she actually went to the court and served me a letter legally and says that she wants out of the marriage. So now if you've gone to this extent, and I gladly granted her the divorce. Now proud to coming forward, then I hear things like, AJ stole your husband, AJ took your husband. How? Meanwhile, she and myself didn't even know there was a person out there called AJ. I don't know if she knew her, but I didn't know AJ. So why would you now know that, okay, so now the man that I don't want is dating someone who is famous. So let me come out and say that she took him from me. Meanwhile, you were dating somebody else. Lived with a person, and I think it was just recent. Last year I heard the man also left her, whether it's true or not, but I don't really care. Do you get what I mean? So this thing should be emphatic that people out there should know AJ never stole me from anyone. I'm a grown man, I'm 40 plus. But people look at me and they think I'm 30. Yes, I'm not young.
I thought he was like a young guy like us.
No, I'm not. So people shouldn't sit there and say AJ can't steal me from anyone. I was in a depressed state of leaving my kids out of my home. And I met her and she made me laugh again and a lot of things fell in place. And we decided this is what we want. We are adults, we are not kids. And we got here and gradually things were bad, like she's been saying. you know. But God being so good, things turned out, and we thought that we've gotten to a point where we could do it properly, and then that's what we did, and everybody saw it. And you still go about saying that AJ stole somebody's husband, really?
Okay, away from that, our sister looks very happy. I mean, anytime you or cancer, Papa, I'm on for so take a break, and you say that you treat her well. I mean, teach some men how to treat a woman. Yeah.
Oh, it's simple. You get it. I think that and I think most of my male friends know it. They know me from that when you have a wife, you love her. That's why you went for her. You get it. So everything should be about her. You have to have time for her. You have to find an interest in what she does. So it's not because I'm married to AJ.
Well, give her the everything.
It's not because I'm married to her. If I was married to a different person and the person is even selling salt or pepper in market, I will still find a way to support her. That's what we need the men to do. You know, just support the women, be there for them, go with them, understand what they do so that you give them advice. Because, you see, if you don't do it and she finds another man who shows interest in her work, because that means that there's going to be some sort of a communication between the person all the time, because work normally brings problems and you have to find solutions to solve it. So if you, the husband, cannot find solutions for your wife, she would literally extend that to a colleague. And because of that, they might become very close and you think, oh, my wife is doing stuff. And this is what breaks...
Teach him.
He's teaching everybody.
Is this you?
Everybody.
And this is what breaks marriages, and then it brings a third party between you. But if the two of you are involved in what you do, and then you even know the kind of income that comes, then that's how come you can plan your life. So it's just supporting your wife and making sure that, I mean, like I heard someone say that if you want your wife to be beautiful, just support her and make sure she looks good, and that's it. Please.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for watching. Number 7 here on AJ Boom, but the conversation has been long, so I think I will end his here. My name is Zionfelix. My name is AJ Poundz, my husband. Nyamiaduma this year will be a year since they married. Mr. Nana Kojo Edu Boateng. Thank you for watching. Hi, Zionfelix TV. Don't forget to subscribe. We are the premiere of Edge of Emotions. One more here now. You can find it elsewhere and watch. Bye-bye.
At Diaspora Insurance, we understand the importance of dignified send-offs within Ghanaian culture and traditions. We also understand that you want to avoid the double trauma of your family grieving and not having the financial support to cover funeral expenses when you're not around. With our Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan, you can now cover yourself or your family in Ghana or abroad. With no medicals required, we'll accept you if you are under 75 years. Visit our website today or call us to complete a simple form in under 5 minutes. With Diaspora Insurance, your peace of mind is guaranteed.